Good morning, Mary.
Mein Name ist Dr.
Adolf Robert D. Frick.
und welcome
To Reichskanzler University.
the leading
And the most advanced learning university throughout the world.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Frick.
Nein.
please,
Not so formal,
you may address me
as der Reichskanzlerführer. I'm sorry that my associate,
Dr. Heinrich
Jason von Ribbentrop, der Minister von Propaganda,
will be unable to meet
with us today, as the head
of our medical
department.
as a consequence,
You will be interviewed by me,
the
Reichskanzlerführer.
Thank you for all your time. Wow, such military proficiency is amazing, yet unsettling. Very unsettling.
We have compiled and reviewed
your resume,
and curriculum vitae
with
corresponding references.
and we find all your documentation is in order. Alles ist gut.
Everything is good.
However,
We do have a few questions.
to ask of you,
Are you willing to answer a few general questions?
Sure. Go right ahead.
We have had some money problems.
however,
To resolve these problems,
we took our
16-week
semester
and compressed it
into one.
8-week course.
As a consequence,
The students will have only 8 weeks instead of 16 weeks to complete the course.
now,
We receive twice the amount of money
in the summer period,
of time. Do you have any problem with that policy?
Yes and no. First, some courses can be adapted to an 8-week period, and some courses cannot. For example, the publishers of your basic textbook in nursing, statistics, and accounting, which include a web page, student internet access, instructor internet access, and many other advances, are geared to a 16-week semester, or it can be geared to a 12-week quarter. It is not geared to 8 weeks. However, what you should not do is defeat the publishers and authors' intent for student success by unfairly altering the time on task by dividing the time to learn all those objectives in half. That would defeat the entire intent for student success and induce failure, and force the student into taking the course again, and possibly again, because they ran out of time.
9.
can't you just
Reduce the goals
objectives
and tasks of the course to fit everything into 8 weeks.
Like I said, reducing the time by 1/2 for such basic courses would entail a very negative reduction of student learning that is required not only for student success, but would more than likely be considered objectionable to the university's accreditation on a professional, federal, and state level. The decision to reduce the success rate would affect the university's ability governing financial aid.
9.
our professional
And state accreditation.
has never been questioned.
We can change the length of time
Of our
academic coursework anyway
with if it
for our financial needs.
That is not necessarily true. Look at it this way. The publisher, which created the textbook, and all the related attributes for the courses, has employed many of the top professionals in the country. The publisher has verified the reliability with many of the professional associations. On top of that, many of your best quality schools in the country will follow these guidelines.
9.
Perhaps
We did not make myself clear to you. These students need
a college degree
in order to be employed or find new employment. And we need the money from their student financial aid in order to continue.
This means
That if the students graduate early, then they can get out to find a job or a better job.
Can you prove that statement?
Yes, we do.
let me ask my
Administrative assistant,
Helga.
to bring in the reports.
We may
Have to wait for a moment. Thank you, Helga. Here are the reports.
please review.
What I see here, in the simplest of terms, is that many of your students in their basic coursework are dropping out, failing, and having to take the coursework over again. There seems to be an interesting pattern developing.
What do you mean, An interesting pattern?
Simple. I see the names of many students repeating the basic 8-week courses a second time, and they succeed only after taking the course the next 8 weeks. That means that the students really need 16 weeks to do these basic courses.
9. This means that our university gets paid twice for the summer course in 16 weeks. Not because of us, but because these students do not possess the skills and abilities to handle the 8-week courses.
Look here, Dr. Frick. A vast majority of students that failed the first 8-week course passed that same course on the second try. In short, these students passed the second 8 weeks after failing it the first time around. And most complained about the time. Had you just stuck to the 16-week schedule, many of those students would have passed the course the first time and not be required to take it a second time. But you would have received money only once.
9. You are missing the financial point. The students, through their financial aid from the federal government, will pay twice for the summer course in 16 weeks.
That is totally unfair and unacceptable. Don't you think that you would get into trouble with the Office of Inspector General of the U.S. Department of Education by manipulating federal financial aid, by contriving an 8-week system that ensures failure and guarantees doubling your revenue through student debt? Besides, if these students fail, they may not graduate, they may give up, and then they do not get their degree or certificate. And then they cannot be gainfully employed. As an end result, the students and the federal government get screwed, while you walk away with all the money.
9. Look at these students. Many have a very low academic achievement and come into the university with low expectations. What we give them is the expectation of success. Our Minister of Propaganda, Dr. Heinrich Jason von Ribbentrop, the head of our medical department, has seen to that issue.
Oh, I get it. By dividing the 16-week semester into 8 weeks, you double your income. The students fail the first time, which forces the students to take the course twice. Because they don't have enough time, and is too short, to accomplish all the objectives of the course. But tell me, don't the students have to take an additional more advanced course in order to get their degree or certificate?
Jawohl. The process starts all over again. The students have to take an advanced course, and the process of failing and retaking the second course repeats itself. Das ist wunderbar. Again, our revenue doubles.
I think I'm getting it now. By convincing the students that they can finish faster in, say, half the time, you double your income. And the students fall right into place through propaganda.
Jawohl. The only thing missing is for us to yell out. Achtung, sieg heil.
Wow. I really mean wow. Unbelievable.
Thank you. But, may I say, that is why you are here.
You know, I think I'm going to leave now.
Please don't leave. You will have a positive impact on our students. You have the qualities it takes to give our students order.
Okay, I'm listening. But you are treading into deep water with me.
As we have stated, your resume and curriculum vitae with corresponding references are excellent. You have those certain, special, and significant qualities we need at the university.
Now, I'm intrigued. And what, may I ask, are those certain, special, and significant qualities that I have that perhaps others do not?
You see, Fräulein, you have a certain trait, a certain look, a certain being that these students need and will look to.
Let's cut right to the chase. You mean my heritage is African American? It is the color of my skin. In your terms, I'm black.
Jawohl. You see, Fräulein, many of these students need someone like you to look up to and listen and accept without question and follow orders. You will be paid well for your time and effort by the university.
I want to make perfectly clear in my mind, in a preponderance of evidence that is clear and convincing, what you want me to do.
Ja, ja.
1. You want me to take these, so-called special students, of my heritage, and perhaps others, to obey your orders. Convince them of their poor academic background, as the reason for their failure. 2. That the university is asking them to take out major student debt by giving them a chance of getting a job or getting a better job. 3. The university doubles its income by taking these 16-week courses and dividing them in half. 4. Many students fell in your 8-week manipulation. Therefore, would agree that these statements I have made are fair and accurate of your university's practices as head of the university?
Jawohl.
Okay, my gloves are coming off on this one. Now hear this, you little Nazi. If you think that some Aryan neo-Nazi is going to convince me to enslave my people, in debt, or any other people for your profitability, and place more debt onto anyone, I'll see you in hell. Or better yet, see you at Nuremberg. You little Nazi bastard.
How dare you address the Reichskanzlerführer in this manner? You impudent and disrespectful Untermensch. The Reichskanzler University will bring order to chaos. We will bring strength through joy. By reducing the time limit to 8 weeks, we will ensure that only the intellectually fittest survive. Those who do not intellectually survive must be eliminated. The common good of the state must come before self-interest. Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil.
You think so, Nazi? Black power. Power to the people. We just may have some red-tailed black angels that you need to meet. That's right, Nazi. Keep your mouth open. The feds will be looking at your manipulation of federal funds real close. Auf Wiedersehen.